guys, today's video is sponsored by the OneFootball app. If you haven't done it already, head down to the description before this video starts, click the link and download it completely free of charge on iOS or Android. Hello everybody, welcome to some more of the Charlton Athletic Career Mode. I believe we are on episode 29 today. And we have a very special episode today for a number of reasons. There's quite a lot to get into here at the beginning of the episode. First of all, let's take a look at the calendar where we can skip over to January, where not only does the transfer window open on January 1st, 2020, which is going to be a very important time for us, but also we have games against QPR, then Millwall away at the Den in the FA Cup, and then Brentford. So literally 3 London derbies today. And I think the one, because you know we play one game per episode and we sim the other two, I think it's going to have to be that Millwall game, isn't it? Okay, second thing, I want you guys to go and vote on a poll that's going to appear right now in the top right hand corner of your screen. And I want you to let me know, do you want me to do a financial takeover in this career mode, which will speed things up a little bit probably, but also it will enable us to buy some really good players, probably Premier League quality players, and just give me a little bit of extra strength going into the second portion of this championship season. It depends whether you guys think it's fair, whether you guys want me to sort of plod along with the squad I've got, or whether you want me to have a little bit of an advantage there. So by the time that, because I record 2 episodes at a time, it will be the 26th where we get taken over. So don't worry if next episode I still haven't been taken over if you guys do vote yes. I hope you're following this. But we will be taken over if you guys vote yes on the 26th of January this month. Now, the other thing, well, there's 2 more things actually. One of them is that Karlan. Now, I know a lot of you guys probably were wondering why I wasn't really making any comments about Karlan playing for me and stuff like that. Was I going to sell him? Was I not? That was because when I recorded the last 2 episodes, they were pre-recorded and it was actually before he left. So that's why I didn't really draw any attention to it. Now, of course, he has officially left. And we've really been working hard on getting him, you know, grown to a 74 rating at the moment. He should be a 76, but unfortunately we are experiencing a bit of a glitch in that regard. So Karlan, I will accept a transfer bid for him if anyone comes in that's offering quite a lot of money. The final thing then is that we're going to need to buy players, first of all, and second of all, we're going to have to do the player of the month for December. So let's have a look at the candidates. So I've got a fair few nominees that I want to mention for the December goal of the month here. One of them is, I'm going to try and say his name correctly here, Konstantinos Mavropanos, whatever it is. It's a really difficult name to say, but he's been bloody good for me for the last few games. We've had some injuries, he's come in, and if you have a look there, he's got a 7.9 average in the championship. Obviously, I don't include as many defensive clips in these episodes as attacking clips, so you don't get to see a lot of his work, but trust me, he's been bloody good. More attacking wise, I am going to mention the likes of Tariqe Fosu. Again, he scored a few goals this month. He's been really good and he is departing soon. Calvin Stengs, who's coming on and becoming a good player for us, and also Diego Lainez, who's netted 10 goals in 29 games as well. So very difficult. Karlan as well, you can't actually forget about his contributions this month towards our goals and stuff like that. But I think I am going to give it to the centre-back, Konstantinos Mavropanos. I think that's correct pronunciation. There we go, 7.9 overall in the championship. Most of that has come in the last 2 months. He is going to be the player of the month for December, so fair play to him. Maybe we'll think about signing him permanently soon, but for now, he's a loan player and he's done a very good job for us and he's going to get the player of the month. Whew. Now finally we can move on to some football. Now we have this game on the 1st of the month as the January transfer window opens against QPR. It hasn't been a whole lot of time that's passed since our last game, so there are fatigue issues that I'm going to have to factor in to the lineup. We are also away and we are going to sim it. First of all, we have 4 notifications. We've got a squad update or a squad report. This guy, Vieba, he looks good, doesn't he? 17 years old, potential between 80 and 90, and as well, Anais is a 52 overall, 78 and 92. They will stay in the youth academy for now. Now, Fosu has left the club. This is the heartbreaking moment that we all knew was coming, and he goes to the Turkish league, at least for half a season, until maybe I try and buy him back. Let me know in the comments, by the way, whether you think I should buy him back or whether you think I'm just clinging on to old nostalgia and whether I should sign someone else, because he is one of the players that has suffered a lot from me training him and his rating rising up to like a 76 and then inevitably falling off by a 2 or 3 overall with this glitch that we're experiencing. So let me know what you think. And then there's just the classic transfer market information. And Lanes comes and says, thank you for giving me the time I needed. I feel refreshed and I'm ready to come back next game, because obviously we rested him at his request for the last game. Now let's have a look at the lineup we're going to go into this QPR game with. I will be back in just a second. Right, weirdest thing, the glitch is reversed. Now, Jason Pearce was a 69 before this month turns. He's 32 years old, so he's not a player that you would expect to go up in rating at all. However, he has. I don't know what's going on here. Suzuki's gone up, Grant's gone back up, Zhu's gone up to a 69, Lanes is, I think, remains a 76. Anyway, lots of players have changed their rating. It seems to be currently for the better. So let's just keep our eye on it. Stengs, look, a 76 there. Diaz, a 75. Let's just keep our eye on it and we'll move on. So QPR, the opponents, where are they in the league? They are 18th, 26 points to their name. So quite a way off Charlton. However, I do expect them to put up a good fight at Loftus Road. Let's see what happens in this game. Can Zhu come in and make an impact on the left wing? Stengs obviously on the bench along with Diaz. 10 minutes gone, no goals yet. I'm expecting us to do well here. Oh, they actually take the lead after I say that. But we do equalise through Lanes. Smith with the goal from QPR. And we're into the second half now. Can we grab a goal to take the lead here? Baptiste comes on for Rangel. Are we going to make a sub? Because we've got a lot of good players on the bench that could do with 20 minutes or so. Grant scores. Yes, that could be his last goal for us. If we get a bid, we're accepting it if it's a good bid. And that is a 2-1 victory away at Loftus Road. That's a really good result, actually, on the sim. Wasn't necessarily expecting 3 points. I was hoping for 3 points and maybe expecting 1. But yeah, great result for us. Where does that put us in the league? Actually, let's check after this game, because right now we're going to focus our attention on this huge game against Millwall at the Den in the FA Cup. So I've just skipped the time forward a couple of days as we go towards this Millwall game, and I've been notified that Jason Pearce has actually reached an agreement with Atletico Mineiro, and I don't know if that will enable me to go and try and sort his contract out, because I don't want him to leave really, and if he does I want some money for it. So we're going to try and sort the contracts out. I think the money has come through for Tariqe Fosu. In fact, let's have a look. Did that confirm? It didn't say anything financially, but I think we should have some money in the bank now. And I think actually before we get into this Millwall game, I want to tie up some contracts. So fortunately, we can actually go in and negotiate with Jason Pearce. He wants a 1-year deal. I'm going to counter it and say 2 years. He will probably be worth more money if I do that, or we're more likely to get money for him if we do sell him. No release clause. Will he accept it? Let's see. And bosh, we've got that tied up, so he now has 2 years and 6 months left on his contract. But here we go. This is the list of players that are basically out of contract after this season's over. Deek Still is probably my next most important one. Let's see if we can go in and negotiate his. So 3 years and 6 months now left on Deek Still's contract. That is some successful negotiations. A huge player to renew their contract, and he takes a big old pay rise from just under 2 grand to now 11 grand, I think a week that is. So big signing there, or contract renewal there. And I think most of these are now loans, with the exception of Naby Sarr and Lyle Taylor. Let's see if I can get those wrapped up as well. So bosh, that is some business done there. So Naby Sarr, Lyle Taylor both agreed to be squad rotation players. Good enough, that's good for me. And also Hackett Fairchild agreed to be a prospect for the future. We just wanted to tie him up as well, tie his contract up, that is. Nothing weird, don't worry. So that we basically can get some more money for him and he doesn't leave on a free. It won't be much, but it may help along the way. Now, what is our budget for the rest of January? Let's find out. So we've got 5.2 million in the bank, but I think if we roll this slider to a reasonable place, it's about 4.5 million. So we'll advance with that. We are probably going to look to sell Grant, like I have mentioned a couple of times, and that is probably the only player we want to lose. Other than that, we are going to be looking at players that are coming in, and I do have some suggestions actually. So let's have a look at the suggestions that you guys made on the last video. Now, I have been asked if I can get Bradley Wright Phillips back at the club. He's 34 years old, so it's not really going to be a very effective signing for me, I don't think. We'll add him to the transfer shortlist or whatever it is for now. I've also been suggested Alexander Isak. So I've never actually heard of this player. He's apparently a young striker. We will shortlist him in the transfer hub. We're currently scouting a fair few other young strikers, but he is certainly one I will consider. And of course, we had the classic Ademola Lookman shout, which I have done on like the last 2 years of FIFA on the Charlton career mode, I'm sure of it. But anyway, we'll shortlist him in the transfer hub as well, and you guys' wishes is my command, basically. Now let's move on finally to this Millwall game, and we'll let the scouting take place on a fair few players there. So there is an air of tension around this game. It's a knockout game at the Den at Ivy Lane, but it is the Den. We all know it's the Den, really. Martin Tyler and Alan Smith, as always, the commentators, but today is a really, really important game because the Cup is where Millwall thrive. Charlton, not so much, it has to be said, especially in recent years. We've had one good cup run pretty much in my lifetime, so I'm really just pumped to win this game. Lyle Taylor is going to start. We'll have a look at the entire lineup, but there are the Millwall and Charlton boys lining up before the game. Let's get into it. So a slightly different graphic, which makes a change here. David Martin in goal for Millwall. I'm not even going to read the lineups out. I do it every time. I'm just going to let you observe that there as we just basically, we don't really care about Millwall, do we? We just care about how good we are. You have to concentrate on yourselves, and that's certainly what I think our team needs to do, because I think we've got more ability than this Millwall side. It's just about whether they're going to dig in and make it difficult for us on the day. But let's have a look at the Charlton 11 and the subs, which is going to pop up in a second. There we go. Comes up slightly differently, I think. But we have got Taylor up front, Stengs and Diaz on the wings, and we've also made a few rotations. Page comes in, for example. Foyt comes in for Mavropanos. And I say his name differently every time. Bonavaccia also starts in midfield instead of Aribo, but Aribo is on the bench. Anyway, I think there's been enough talking over menus and graphics and stuff at the start of this episode. So without further ado, let's actually get into the match. Big ball comes floated in there. Oh, De Boer with strong hands today. He had a slight problem last time. It's a good distribution as well. And we're straight through with Lanez. And we are through now with Stengs, who tried the through ball, but Taylor just held his run. But look at this. Bonavaccia can release Diego Lanez, who can shoot. And he's missed with his left peg. Diego Lanez, it needs to be a better finish there, mate. We nearly gave you the player of the month. I know we actually didn't, but that has to be a better finish from you, mate. We know your qualities. Through to Diego Lanez. Look at that on the left-hand side from Brahim Diaz. And now in the middle is Lyle Taylor, who's going to turn. He's going to turn again on his left foot. Lyle Taylor shoots, hits the bar. Come on, Stengs. Oh, we've hit the bar there, Lyle Taylor. Left peg, nice turn. Bit clunky from Lyle Taylor, but he managed to get the shot off. But we're still going here. Lyle Taylor again. We've lost it. No, we haven't actually. We still haven't. It's Page to Bonavaccia to Forster-Caskey on his left foot. Forster-Caskey shoots. Lyle Taylor's still here. Lyle Taylor. That is rancid. That was a horrid finish. Now you've got a yellow card. I think it was actually offside, and that's why it's blown up. But nonetheless, still 0-0. Millwall turning it on all of a sudden. Pearce with a nice interception, and we're going to try out the counter here. Lanez straight up to Lyle Taylor. Lyle Taylor through here to Brahim Diaz, who's going to try and beat his men. And, oh, he gets the touch inside. Bonavaccia with his left foot hits the post now. First the bar, then the post. And 32 minutes played, Charlton still can't break the duck here, break through. Here comes O'Brien. Oh, away it goes. And there's a header straight into De Boer, who releases Lanez down the middle. It's Lyle Taylor now. Lyle Taylor with a step over and does beat his man. And we've managed to get it to Lanez. Don't know what that defender was doing on the far side. Way too late for the offside trap. And Diego Lanez puts the ball in the back of the net. Finally for us. I'm so glad that came, because we had a whole game 2 episodes ago where we had all of the attacking play and we couldn't score. But today, doing the Sebo as a celebration after his goal is Diego Lanez. He's just so good at football, isn't he? Look at this. Just ran in a straight line and arrowed it into the far corner. Couldn't get anywhere near it, the keeper, and that is his first goal in the competition. Oh, that's nice from Diaz. Here comes Lyle Taylor, who's found another ball through to Lanez, and he is so deadly. The play's been really good between these two, and here comes Stengs. We know his finishing's not brilliant, but can he score? He took it strangely with his sort of inside foot, and it was a save, I think, with the keeper's face potentially there. Let's have a look at this replay. Bang. I think he might have just got a good fist to that, really. The half-time whistle. Is it going to blow? It does blow. The score is 1-0 to Charlton. Currently, we will be going through to the next round of the FA Cup, but Millwall are certainly putting in a decent display themselves here, so we can't take anything for granted at all. Page gets this one away. It's Diaz now to Bonavaccia, who's been dispossessed, but luckily Diaz is there sweeping it up. We've given the ball away though, and bang! What a goal from Millwall. That caught me right off guard there. They were pressing and pressing and pressing, and it was an unbelievable strike from Elliott, who has been really good this game, it has to be said. And yeah, that was just Bonavaccia sleeping a little bit, high press from Millwall, and we just couldn't get it away. Look, tried to play the ball back into my own defender, and bang, punished for it. Really dangerous position for a throw here, and it is going to be Lyle Taylor. Back to Diego Lainez. Lots of space here for Tariqe, but more importantly, in a better position, is that Diaz who's just put that in the back of the net? It's Lewis Page who smacks a golf ball away in celebration. I don't know why I really like that celebration lately. And that was just lots of space there, really, and we immediately reply to going, or to them equalising, basically. And Lewis Page, of all people, popping up in the box through the legs. Really tidy finish, to be fair. A little bit of swerve on it to bring it back, veering towards goal. And we go 2-1 up. Nice. Taylor out wide to Brahim Diaz. And I know who I want. Oh, he didn't make the run. Taylor wants it, though. Taylor, shoot! Taylor, how have you not scored that? That was pretty much an open goal, Lyle Taylor. Come on, man. You're so good. But your finishing lately just doesn't seem to be quite there, mate. Pearce tries to clear it. Bang! In the back of the net again. They've equalised for a second time. They're rugby tackling each other to the floor. Again, out of nowhere in the 66th minute. We tried to play another back pass. Poor clearance from Jason Pearce. Punished yet again for faffing around with it in our own box. And yeah, 2-2. And we're going to have to make a sub now. Diego Lainez is absolutely knackered. So on comes Yuma Suzuki. Can you make yourself a hero right now? Millwall fans proper riled up there. I'm not sure if you saw that, but that was crazy. Anyway, Suzuki comes on. Please, Suzuki. Today has to be the day where you make an impact. It's a nice pass. Bonavaccia, knock it wide. Now I should have some runners here. One through the middle. Is this Yuma Suzuki or is it? It is Yuma Suzuki. It's got to be your moment, Suzuki. And it is his moment. Oh my God, I was absolutely cacking my pants there thinking he might miss. And he does score his first goal, I believe, for the Addicts. And what a time to do it in the 85th minute at the Den in the FA Cup against none other than Millwall. Yuma Suzuki comes good. He's been alright, but he just hasn't done that. That is what we've needed from him. And what a time for him to do it, with Karlan Grant probably on his way out. And of course with Fosu having left the club already. And in this game against Millwall, basically. Huge goal at a huge time. 3-2. No, what a pass that is as well. Completely stretched our defence. In comes the ball. It's got to be away. De Boer gets his hands behind it. Just hold the ball, Rhodey. Hold the ball, because not long left until the final whistle blows. And I just want to be calm here. I'm going to probably commentate right until the final moment. Webber is a little bit too far up the pitch for my liking, but he does manage to do the right thing and find Calvin Stengs. Space now for Tariqe. Shall we go for another goal? I'm not sure. It's Bonavaccia back to Tariqe. Now Taylor. Now Bonavaccia back to Lyle Taylor. Shoot, Taylor. And that's going to be a second goal for Yuma Suzuki out of nowhere. And that is the boy just coming so good in this one vital game in the Cup for us. And that is his second goal for Charlton. His second goal of the game. And yeah, look at that. Nice little bits of passing. And it actually came from the tackle from Lyle Taylor, from Millwall player, that put the ball into Yuma Suzuki's path and bang past the keeper. Nice. 4-2 will be the final score. And there goes the full-time whistle, ladies and gents. That is a fantastic result at the Den, and we have scored 4 more goals against Millwall. They always play well against us offensively, but we always sort of outplay them. But defensively, they're not all there. So that is a great result, like I said. Let's have a look now at the player ratings for that game. I'm sure I know who's man of the match. And oh, it's actually not. It's actually Lewis Page. Suzuki is a 0.1 rating behind Yuma Suzuki there. Behind Lewis Page there, sorry. And yeah, great performance for everybody. 8s and 7s across the board, as you can see there. Lewis Page, though, man of the match. He got an assist and a goal. 2 goals from Suzuki as well, and 2 further assists from Lyle Taylor and Forster-Caskey. Well played, boys. So that is the rest of the results from the FA Cup. I'll scroll down here if anybody is too bothered about them. It's very early days in the competition, but I think the game's not letting me show you anymore. It's kind of frozen there. But I think as it's been a very long episode already, and we've only played 2 games, I think I'm actually going to cut the episode a bit short in terms of we won't play the next game, just because I want you guys to vote about the finances. Shall I do the financial takeover? Do you guys want to see that? And also I want some more transfer suggestions from you guys. I probably won't record another one of these till maybe next week, maybe earlier than that. But either way, leave all your suggestions and thoughts down below, and obviously vote on the poll as well. Don't forget to like the video for me. Don't forget to subscribe and turn notifications on, and I will catch you in the next video. Cheers for watching, everybody. I'll see you later, and sweet.